You really think rage is your weapon, don't you? You think yelling until your throat burns, slamming doors, smashing things, exploding at everyone around you will finally make them regret what they did. Let me tell you something. Anger is cheap. It's the easiest emotion to provoke. They expect it from you. They want it from you. Because the moment you lose control, they get to lean back and say, "See, I told you, they're unstable." They turn you into the villain in their little story and then sleep peacefully, convinced they've already won. But silence is a weapon they never see coming. Silence isn't just the absence of words, it's the absence of their victory. When you stop reacting, you cut off their supply. You deny them the thrill, the drama, the emotional chaos they feed on. You starve them. And starvation is the slowest, most agonizing defeat of all. Every insult they throw, every trap they prepare, it's bait. They are begging you to bite. But when you stand still, expressionless, looking straight through them like glass, they fall apart. Their certainty trembles. Their mask starts to slip. Suddenly, it's their mind that's spiraling. Your silence becomes the loudest presence in the room. And believe me, that silence will haunt them far longer than your screaming ever would. Don't twist my words. I'm not telling you to bury your pain or pretend it doesn't exist. Pain is a brutal teacher. It sharpens you. It hardens you. It turns your softness into steel. But here's the secret. You don't hand them front row seats to that process. You don't give them the pleasure of seeing how deep they cut. You take that pain and you forge it into something they can't reach. Think about diamonds. Why are they so precious? Pressure. Not minutes, not days, years of relentless pressure. It's not the flames that make a diamond unbreakable. It's the way it endures in silence. Be that diamond. Let the weight press down, but don't let it shatter you. When the world looks at you, let them see something they cannot destroy. And understand this, walking away is not weakness. They'll call it that. They'll say you're running, that you're scared, that you gave up. But walking away is the ultimate act of dominance. It says, you are not worth my energy. It's the difference between rolling in the mud with pigs and rising above the entire mess. When you leave them there, still shouting, still performing for an audience that isn't there anymore, you've already won. They'll hate it. They'll hate that you refused to sink to their level. That's the beauty of silence. It doesn't just protect you, it destroys them from the inside. They'll replay every scene, every word, every moment you didn't react, trying to figure out where they lost their grip. Meanwhile, you will already be miles ahead, untouchable. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who spent years obsessed with revenge. He sacrificed friendships, love, opportunities, everything, just to get even. He finally got what he wanted. He stood over the ruins of those who hurt him, and he felt nothing. Because revenge doesn't close wounds, it widens them. The only real revenge is success. It's moving on. It's building a life so solid, so peaceful, so full, that their existence no longer matters. Ask yourself, what cuts deeper? Seeing someone broken over you, or seeing them glowing, thriving, laughing without you? That's why you stay quiet. That's why you rise. Nothing destroys an enemy faster than showing them they have no power over you. Here's a bitter truth. Most people don't care about your pain. They don't stay awake thinking about the nights you couldn't sleep. They don't feel the weight of your scars. They step on you, laugh, move on like you were nothing. So why waste your breath trying to make them understand? Let your actions speak. Let your silence roar. There's a quote I like. The wolf doesn't concern itself with the opinion of sheep. You're the wolf, calm, silent, dangerous. The sheep will gossip, complain, provoke, drag your name through the dirt. But a wolf doesn't drop to their level. It stands above, watching, choosing its moment with purpose. You want them to feel what you felt? Don't yell, don't beg, don't plead. Just stop. Stop chasing, stop explaining, stop reacting. Your silence will echo in their minds long after you're gone. It will gnaw at them, keep them awake, force them to ask themselves, why doesn't it work anymore? Why don't they care? And in that confusion, they'll ruin themselves. You have a choice. You can let their words break you, or you can let your silence break them. One choice keeps you chained to their behavior, their approval, their control. The other sets you free. Freedom isn't glamorous at first. It's cold, it's quiet, it's lonely. Not everyone has the spine for it, but those who do, they become legends. They think they own you. Every jab, every joke, every innocent comment, it's all a way to hold the strings. And for a long time, you let them. You believed them. You let their opinions shape your identity. What they don't understand is this. The moment you stop reacting, you take the strings back. Silence isn't just a response. It's rebellion. It's you saying, your words mean nothing here. When they finally realize they can't push your buttons anymore, that they can't bait you into a reaction, that's when everything flips. people crave control. They need to feel like they're steering the story. But when you stop playing your assigned role, their script collapses. They're no longer the director, they're just another extra. Expectations are a cage. They build a little box for you. Act like this, think like this, live like this. And every time you try to step out, they shove you back. But here's the truth they don't want you to discover. You don't owe them anything. Not your explanations, not your compliance, not your suffering.
You weren't put here to fit into their idea of who you should be. The moment you stop trying to satisfy that script, you'll see how tiny their box really is. Because beyond it, the world is wide open, and it's yours. Silence is the key. When you stop justifying every step, you stop playing their game. And when you stop playing, they lose. You want to know what really haunts people? Not the drama, not the fights. It's what they didn't do. The apology they never gave. The person they lost and never got back. One day, they'll look back on how they treated you. They'll replay the moments they minimized you, lied to you, used you. And in their memory, they'll see you, standing there, silent, unbroken, gone. Regret is acid. It eats from the inside out. And the worst kind of regret isn't losing someone. It's realizing that person is undeniably better off without you. That's the regret you leave behind, not by shouting, not by revenge, but simply by disappearing from their world and thriving in your own. Here's another harsh truth. The best revenge isn't them remembering you, it's them becoming irrelevant. When someone is truly forgotten, it means they no longer hold any weight in your story. They wanted to be the hero or the villain. They just wanted a role. But when you go quiet and move on, you cut their part from the script. They're no longer a character, just a footnote, a forgotten chapter in a book that's still being written. And that leaves a deeper wound than any insult. Biology, psychology, society. Let's break it down. Humans are wired for connection. We crave recognition, attention, acknowledgement. Silence cuts that off. It creates a void, and people can't stand the void. They'll try to fill it with stories, assumptions, anxiety. They'll project their fears, their failures, their self-hate onto you. Your silence becomes a mirror. It reflects everything they don't want to see about themselves. Most people would rather burn everything down than look into that mirror. Picture a fortress. High walls, thick stone, unshaken by storms, attacks, noise. That's what your silence is.
They can scream, they can insult, they can throw everything they've got. The walls don't move. While they're exhausting themselves trying to break through, you're gathering strength on the inside, building, growing. When the dust settles, they'll be standing in the ruins of their own chaos, and you still be standing, untouched, unbothered, victorious. Don't romanticize it. Silence isn't easy. It demands discipline. It demands self-control. It demands that you sit alone with your own thoughts, and most people can't handle that. It forces you to face your own pain, your own fears, your own patterns. But that's how you become unshakable. Most would rather drown in noise than sit with themselves. Not you. You're built for more than that. That's why you're dangerous. Watch arrogant people closely. The louder they brag, the harder they collapse. Pride is fragile. It rests on a shaky foundation of ego. Your silence is the hammer. Every time you refuse to engage, every time you refuse to be baited, you're cracking that foundation. One day, it falls in on itself. Not because of what you said, but because of who you refused to be.
And by then, you'll be too far ahead to even hear the crash. Success speaks. Actually, success screams. Louder than arguments, louder than insults. When you build a life that flourishes despite everything they did to drag you down, it's the sharpest blade. But success doesn't come overnight. It takes time, work, focus, and yes, silence. Because while they're still arguing, still gossiping, still stuck in the same small circle, you're moving, you're learning, you're leveling up. And when you finally stand at the top of your own mountain, they'll look up and realize the truth. They can't touch you. Not anymore. Not ever.
One day, you'll look back on all of this. The hurt, the disappointment, the betrayals, and you'll see something clearly. They didn't destroy you. They built you. Every insult, every rejection, every slammed door shaped you into something stronger. Who you are becoming is unstoppable. Your silence isn't weakness. It's your story, your legend, your mark on this world. And when people talk about you later, they won't focus on those who tried to break you. They'll talk about how you rose, how you stayed standing when everything tried to knock you down, how your silence became the loudest roar they'd ever heard. So now the question is simple.
Are you going to keep feeding people who don't deserve your energy? Or are you going to let your silence speak for you? Are you going to let their noise define you? Or are you going above it? Because at the end of the day, your silence will break them in ways anger never can. And you'll walk away stronger, wiser, free. Remember this: silence isn't weakness. It's power. It's control. It's everything they're afraid of, and everything you're meant to become.